Hello everybody. Planning is done. It's time to do the tractor Tetris dealer's choice barnyard shuffle. But I need to get hay tools out. The hay mower is tucked back here in the corner behind the 830 forage harvester, which I think I'm gonna keep that out more accessible. And maybe we can play with some of that some on first cutting. The big wagon, big green wagon, can go right back here where these are. And let's see, the seed wagon, that can go here along with the other wagons. Once this one's out of the way, see, there's a spot for it. And let's see, we've got the small grain drill is parked where the corn planter goes. Planter still needs cleaned up. But once the green wagon's there, then the drill can get shuffled over there. The dually can go up front because now that there's not bags of soybean seed up there and the square baler will be coming out, that'll make more room up there. Just all sorts of plans. I was just checking out behind the woods, see how the crop or corn is doing there. Flew the drone out. Couldn't see good enough on the screen. The corn's so small. Drove out there. Most of it's good. There's a couple spots. Boy, I could tell where the turkeys really had their way with it. A lot of ground scratching and stuff. And another low spot where, I don't know, it might have gotten frosted off, but figure, well, there's still a little corn left in the planter. I'll go back and touch that up when we get to that point. That might be tomorrow. We'll see how things move along. And then I can get the planter washed up, put it back over there where the drill is, the other drill. And, you know, kind of get things put away that need to be put away and out that need to be out. The eternal dilemma of being a farmer. All right, 1955, you did a great job. The spring, let's back you out. It's your moment to shine. You can tell when the oil gets to that turbo. It'll start whistling, and then all of a sudden you can hear it slow down just a little. This will eventually end up back in the other barn, the barn to the left. You can see that, can't you? Once I get the combine out, which might even be tomorrow. It's supposed to be 87. It'll be a good day to wash stuff. Then this will probably get parked farther into the barn. We'll leave the beans in it because just in case of any replant, but also I'll put them on as cover crop after the wheat. We just don't have enough growing season here to do double crop beans. Guys occasionally try it and pretty much always regret it. So, but not much else I can do with them. I didn't get treated seed, but there's just somehow or another always ends up to be a few in there, and you send that out with the other stuff and they find one of those treated seeds, well, let's just say it's not worth it. So there's not a lot in there. It'll work out. What do you think? Is this enough? Let's back up a little more. Got the whole farm, right? That feels better. Well, now that it's not warm, the engine that is, or hasn't been running all day, you can see there's some seepage there at the ejection pump. We'll have to get after that. We do that. It's long enough to stick through. You'll see in a moment. Move my wheel chock. Get over there. We'll do the same with the drill. And I'd be willing to bet the right-hand side tire on that chopper is in full calcium mode. So let's see, yeah, wagon. Probably get rid of that wagon from there. 1550 can park next to the 1600 at least for now. It feels like a plan. Oh, I know there's a couple of you that like the Gale 4625, including one of my viewers in the Alps. So it's gonna get to work today. It makes this job so much easier. Look at all the antlers I've been rounding up. Stole my hitch pin. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it stayed up. It sure looks like it. That one's been a leaker. Yeah, I'll still get the air compressor. Whee! Annie M, Annie M. Yeah, it looks like it's still up. And the stem is still convenient. Witchcraft for sure. Oh yeah, it says there's still 31 pounds in there. Good thing I got my bestest sneakers on. Everything's planted, so now I better not say those words. Break a leg. Set that there where it can promptly get forgotten. Tires are both up on the hay mower. That's good. All right, 1550. See how good my backup skills are. Like it was just running yesterday, when it was in fact running 2 days ago. Okay, I didn't think it'd go that good. So it may seem like bragging, but sometimes a guy gets lucky. Well, I just gotta say, in the words of Ross the Oliver Man, what a sweetheart. That's an underdrape. Whoop, there's direct. What is that? Oh, bouncing around. 200-300 RPM. Uh-oh, she might die. I think it starts loading up on gas a little bit at that slow RPM. I've mentioned it before. This tractor was originally sold from the dealership that our parts man was part owner of before he came to work for us. They closed, and my dad was able to get him hired before anybody else did. I think there was a couple other dealers that weren't happy with us. So, here's to you, Bill. Yeah. Bouncing back and forth between 200 and 300. Oh, and then I killed it. You didn't tell me you were gonna kill it. Good job, 1550. swing it. Like an Oliver advertisement. There, that looks better. Boy, would that fit? I was thinking I should Ted Hay with the 77 standard this first cutting. It'd probably turn past there, squeak through there. I might get that out yet today. Let's get other stuff out of the way first. I hit the wrong light switch. I thought I had all the seals for the mast, and I ordered a wiper seal. I had to kind of piecemeal things together. Larry's Valac had the V-packing seals, but the wiper seal, found one at the O-ring store. They showed one on hand, then found a message on my machine. Their inventory was off by one, and so ended up finding one with Clearwater hydraulics. So that is on its way, and I can reseal that mast. I'll keep running. It helps if I turn the gas on. Little choke. Move some stuff around. I guess it's probably not gonna get any easier. It smells like gas. I see some liquid down there. Should be enough to get it started and out of here. And I found the 6-volt battery. So man, it's just like meant to be or something. Thunk. Yeah, that's positive. And the negative. Now, just because I found the battery doesn't mean it actually has juice. Let's see if she spins over. I guess it spun over. Wasn't sure I was going to get the gas turned back on before it stalled. Now all I gotta do is get my fat self up on there. Yeah, work glove. Okay. Okay, clutch, do your thing. Watch, I'll be like an inch shy of being able to squeeze through there or something. Oh no. Look at that. Just missed, but that's all it's got to do. Got purring like a kitten. Trying to think when I had my 6-volt startup. I think that was last spring. That's the last time I had it running. Well, we'll get the dyno and the forklift put in there, and then the dually can go in behind the forklift. And that part will be accomplished, done. I don't know. Don't you die. Aww. I turned the gas on, but I bet it's probably low. Guess the luck couldn't hold out forever. Oh, let's try it with a choke. Well, I know where the first stop is. The gas tank. Maybe I'll go do that first. I can put that stuff back in a minute. After this has some petrol. Or if I don't kill it. Keep that gas sloshing so the last little bits can go into the you know, sediment bowl. Getting closer. If we can get to that hill, we can coast the rest of the way. All right. Might be something a little plugged up. Running with a choke out seems to keep it going. I had to say that. We made it to the hill. All right, baby, roll. Roll. I think we made it. That seems to work much better. It's even, what do they call that? It's the liar stuff. Apparently the fuel system might be a little plugged. The moments are never dull. It's the wreck fuel. I think it's, what, 90 or 91 octane. I think it's 90. No ethanol. Everything runs great on it. So maybe running a little while will help with that. Or I just might have to blow back through the line and clear out the sediment bowl. And, oh yeah. All right, yeah, there's definitely a restriction in the fuel flow. We give her a moment here, and it'll fire right back up as it fills up. Just like that. Give her a little choke. Don't do that. Well, I'm pretty sure we know what the issue is. Runs great until it doesn't. Maybe I should put her on the old 830. Oh, no hydraulics. I also have new seat rubbers to put in this seat. We'll see if I get time for that. And it's not showing a charge. Might have to look into that. But oil pressure and water temperature. All right. Well, we can mess with that later. Oh, my 02. What's that make it? 23 years now I've had this. 157,000 miles. It's like everything I got, huh? Why replace it if it ain't broke? We'll put this where the 77 standard was. That's not too bad to get to. I really need to get around and figure out the water pump on that 99. It has cool written all over it. I think I'll back this into the other end, and then tractors can kind of, you know, get nose to nose or whatever. I'll move the 6125 and the corn planter in there for today, then can clean that up tomorrow and move other stuff around. So you're up. Grip. there's room for the 77 and the tedder, you know, along here somewhere. Probably if I kind of back the tedder in there for now, or just nose the 77 up in there. Let's go get it. Might as well hook up the shaft and see if it's got enough, oh, you know, to turn it. Now let's get it on a more level ground. Yep, it's dragging a little. Guess I need to adjust the crank. Okay, that should keep the stones from flying. Engage. Or not. Oh. That's tipped enough. That's hitting a drawbar. Well, let's tip her back forward some. I think that might miss. Or not quite. Let's try that. Tractor might sit a little low for this operation. There we go. Yeah, that should look good. Out in the field, doing its thing. You know, suppose the fuel issue. It's like saying thank you for the fresh wreck gas. I will no longer give you trouble. Let's try R1. Alright, this has got strong arm steering. I'm gonna have to put you down. I think that'll work for now. I'm gonna leave her in gear so she don't go anywhere. Okay, here's the plan for this barn. Move this to the other one we've been putting stuff in. Probably tomorrow, yeah. But I found a couple spots. I guess as long as there's corn in the planter still, I'll go touch them up. Deer damage, turkey damage, maybe even a little frost damage. Maybe I mentioned that earlier, but it's been all day on my end. So let's see, Super 88, I'm gonna put on the square baler, the American on round baler. So we'll be rooming here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get Herman off the disc and put him in that corner. Nobody puts Herman in a corner. And of course, we'll have the 2050 here. He'll probably, I don't know, I'll probably get it backed in along there or something like that, or pulled in along there. Need to do something with all the empty seed bags. A little windy to burn them. All right, let's do the planter first. Oh, get in there. Ooh, the air works in this one at the moment. It does have a slow leak, but And this is Oliver guy. She feels like we should go to one of those fancy underground restaurants tonight. So Subway it is. Actually, she asked for Subway. I'm gonna have ended up driving quite a few tractors before the day is over. I guess that makes it a good day. Yeah, if I move, Herman's down in there. He's on the other end of that barn. Got the 4225 disc compactor on this end, Herman disc compactor on the other end. So I'll park the disc compactor out, I'll move the line up, put Herman inside, and then I'll be able to put the 830 forage harvester down there for now. I'll have access to the square bale wagons that way, and eventually that's where the hay will go, so gotta get that out of there anyways. Ooh, there's that 910 shift. There should be room for the American, the round baler, the Super 88, and the square baler behind the combine and the draper head. We'll let that down. It'll settle if I don't. So there is room to kind of stuff in here if I did want to, but I don't think I'm going to need to today. Well, I've been thinking, because I don't want to leave this plow outside, it's just too nice. I'm thinking, oh boy, I'm not going to do it today. I have to start more tractors. But the tires for the 1855 and the 1600 are tucked along the wall there along the combine. Wouldn't be that hard to find them another home for now until they actually end up on a tractor. And then that plow would kind of tuck right back in there along the wall. That'd be nice. I was kind of thinking it could tuck along here, but that's too tight. This thing's a behemoth. So for today, it's going to stay hooked up to the 2050. I have no more ground to plow, but that can be a rainy day project. Getting it moved around or whatever. They just look good together. Pretty sure this still has the 1000 shaft in it. Had to run the, well, I ran the generator on it last fall. So I only switch back to 540 before I bale hay. Oh yeah. Go with the idea that this will fit right there and be far enough ahead to still get Herman in there. Let's try it. still see room for a Super 88 and square baler. Herman can get behind it, and hopefully the 2050 and the plow will tuck over there for now. Okay, let's see. Well, we had the Super 88 going back in, what was that, March when it was on the dyno? So it's run this year. So I'm sure it'll run again. Okay, not quite fitting like I was hoping to, but I just thought, I wonder that way. 19, I think that's gonna be a little too much. He's sticking about a foot past the door. We don't like that. I am gonna have to think some more. The other thing would be take the forklift, pick it up and put it up against the wall, and then the tractors that'd be in front of it would stick out, I don't know, a few feet more, depending on where they're parked. Or do the other thing and get it back in that corner like I was saying. We're coming up with today's solutions, and that one ain't gonna be a today solution. I could put this down where Herman's at, just pull it out when I got put hay in until I get other things figured out. That might be the solution. Okay. Have done to the hood of Herman. I don't think I'm gonna put the 2050 down there in that barn. I'll pull it up in there, and I guess I'll just have to pull it out of the way whenever I make hay, at least for now. And maybe on another day I'll get the combine out and I can pull those two ahead and move those tires and tuck it back in there. Or maybe I should leave it handy, because, you know, after wheat's off, I might have to play with it some more. So many decisions. What a position to be in. Well, I can still get out with a round baler without having to move a bunch of stuff. And that's the main thing. And if driving an Oliver is my worst thing to happen to me in a day, well, I guess I'm doing pretty darn good.